Good morning, YouTube. It is 10 a.m. in the great state of Texas. And what are we doing today? Let me tell you, we're not doing an epoxy bowl because I'm pretty sure you guys are probably burnt out on me doing epoxy bowls. So, what did I do? Went to the dollar store, picked up a bunch of rainbow colored popsicle sticks. And we're going to do a popsicle stick bowl. Haven't done one of these in such a long time. Thought we would do something a little bit different in today's project. So I picked up, like, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 packages of these popsicle sticks. And what we're going to do is do an epic glue up, get everything attached, put some vice grips in between them, do a squeeze out of all that glue, and turn it on the lathe. So, interesting fact, if you guys saw last week's project, I was telling you guys that I hadn't been in the workshop in nearly 2 months. Same thing here. So I haven't been in the workshop in nearly 2 months and decided just to do something a little bit different. I finished this project back in June of 2022. You guys are watching this in January of 2023. So here I am trying to get all these popsicle sticks together. Can't figure out what I need to do. How to make a run to Lowe's, get a small piece of just thin plywood. We're going to just glue everything up. So when you buy your popsicle sticks from the dollar store, they're not exactly the best quality. So a couple of these are a little wonky. So I had to go back and just get everything leveled the best I can. So kind of not happy how this bowl turned out. It looks aesthetically okay, but I think we could have done a little bit better. But just wanted to do something different in today's project. So this is actually the second project I've made in nearly 2 months. Like I said earlier, I haven't been in the workshop due to work stuff and obligations going all over the place. Just really haven't had time to get back into the workshop. So I just wanted to do something different that wasn't epoxy related, because I know you guys are probably more than likely a little burnt out on me doing epoxy bowls. And like I said, I love doing epoxy bowls. I love doing all those types of projects. You know, I do this for fun, but you know, every project is a little bit different for me. So just gonna break up the monotony kind of just making the bowls out of epoxy. So popsicle sticks are a good, I guess, substitute. So here we are using Gorilla Glue. We're almost done. You can see we're getting a lot of good layers here. I'm completely covered in glue and just building us our nice little stack sandwich of just different popsicle stick colors. And we've done these before in the past, and it's a little bit uneven on this one. So not nearly enough popsicle sticks to do a substantial bowl, but enough popsicle sticks to where I was able to create, you know, a little something, but nothing, you know, substantial. And agreeable, I need to get back into making larger bowls, obviously. But like I said, haven't been in the workshop in nearly 2 months, so just slowly getting back in the pace of things was the most important thing. Just wanted to get some wins underneath my belt before we did anything larger and more ambitious. So here we are, got the glue up. Now we're just putting the grips in it. I'm going to do a squeeze out of all that glue. Get everything nice and formed up, make sure everything is nice and tight. Gave this about 24 to, I think I gave it about 48 hours to dry up. So obviously you didn't see me put all the grips, because how many more grips does a woodworker need? Always one more. So here we are, 48 hours later, got everything glued up. Nice little sandwich. It's clearly uneven due to the popsicle sticks being all kind of wonky, but that'll come back and take a little bit, you know, while for us to get handled on the lathe. So don't be stingy with your hot glue. Getting the waste block on there, and then we're just going to go ahead and nail that faceplate down so we can get everything nice and lined up. And then we're just going to put this in there. Ryobi drill, baby. Had to put the charge on that one because I haven't used this thing in nearly 2 months, so the battery was kind of dead. So getting everything just nailed down real nice and tight. That's all good. And now we're just going to go ahead and just throw this bad boy in the lathe. And just like the epoxy projects, haven't done a wood project in quite a while. Like, if you guys saw what we did during the summer of 2022, you guys saw that I did a marathon of projects. Had a couple of wood projects in there. And this is one that I haven't done in quite a while, just a regular wood project. So here we are. Went back and forth with a different couple of tools. I was using the bowl gouge, came back, hit it with a round carbide tool. Having a lot of chip out, unfortunately, with the popsicle sticks, because I would gouge at certain areas and certain areas weren't as even, so you had to come back and forth, getting large chunks of the popsicle sticks just taken off. So I'm just trying to make a nice cylindrical shape. When you have that square kind of presentation initially, it's a little bit more difficult because it just feels a little bit different. But once I got my rhythm, then I realized that if I just came back and hit it with my square carbide tool, kind of like how I'm doing here, had a lot more success in doing that. And you can see here, I'm thinking I have a nice cylindrical shape, but having a little bit more difficulty, having just to make everything a little bit more nice and even. So we're just going to have to get a little bit more aggressive with that square carbide tool. And if you guys watched last week's project, I'm pretty sure my motor is probably burning out on my lathe here. So I was just checking the belt, making sure everything is nice and even, because it didn't take much pressure for me to go ahead and just stop the lathe. Stop the lathe itself. And unfortunately, we're starting to, get to that point where, oh my gosh, my lathe is about to give out. So hopefully it's got some more projects in it before we have to get a new one. And I do want to get a new one, but between work and everything right now, I just don't have time to order it and do the research and all that good stuff. So a little bit later down the road, got my nice cylindrical shape. Pretty happy with where we are here. Now we're just taking the round carbide tool, and then we're just going to start being a little bit more aggressive and making that nice round bottom so we can start making a little bit of a mortise and then get it flipped out on the lathe and gouged out. So here we are taking the tailstock off, and a junky piece of pine board on the end there, so it's kind of wonky. I wish I would have took that off. I think just the popsicle stick aesthetic would have looked a lot better. Sorry, it's like midnight. Like I said, I did this project back in June of 2022. You guys are watching this in January of 2023, and I'm obviously going through puberty because my voice just cracked there. Oh, sorry about that. So here we are making the mortise. This part didn't take no time at all. These popsicle sticks are really easy to work with, so you just, a little bit of pressure will get everything to the way that you want it. So no issues there. You can see how junky it kind of looks, but the sanding will fix that, obviously. So once I got the mortise built, now I'm just coming off, taking off the faceplate. We'll get this turned down on the lathe. And something that I did for this one that I haven't done for other projects in the past, I was concerned that, given the strength of my motor, I didn't want to, just use the waste block and take it down with the chisels, but just decided to go ahead and just pop that bad boy off. I thought we were just going to get a little bit better result with that. Hold on, let me take a sip of coffee. Yes, drinking coffee at midnight because I'm addicted to coffee. So coming back, now we're just going to go ahead and square that face on there. And then we're just going to go ahead and get everything nice and even so we can start the gouging portion. This project here, it's going pretty smooth up until this point. Not a whole lot of issues. This part didn't take much time at all. Like I said, the popsicle sticks are really easy to work with. If you're going to do one of these bowls in the future, or if you're thinking about doing this, you don't have to have a lot of aggression with the chisels. It just melts like butter against the chisels and the gouges, so not a whole lot of issues there. It looks like a damn gobstopper. That's amazing. So just getting to a nice depth that we want it to, and then we're just coming back, hitting the walls with the square carbide tool, getting everything nice and even, and then we're just going to gouge to a depth that we want, getting the lip of the bowl a little bit thicker, only because these popsicle sticks are a little bit wonky. Didn't want to get it too thin, only because I was worried about the lip of the bowl just exploding, because that has obviously happened to me before in the past. So here we are, just cleaning up the bottom of it and the camera going in and out of focus. And then once we got that done, it looks like a whole box of Fruity Pebbles on the workbench. But it looks absolutely stunning. Love the way it looks. And now we're going to start my favorite part, which is sanding. Yes, I still love sanding. I don't like sanding. No woodworker likes sanding. But there's the Fruity Pebble looking popsicle sticks. It's all over the wood shop, all over the floor, so we'll get that vacuumed up. No issues there. So here we are, sanding. I went from like 80 grit all the way up to 220. Didn't get too aggressive with the sanding. Wasn't too aggressive with it. But once we sanded it, and then once we got the polish on there, it really came out really well. So I was really happy with that. So here we are, just hitting it with some wood wax. getting that cleaned up. And the colors kind of pop a little bit, but the quality of the popsicle sticks kind of sucks, so you don't really get a lot of color in there, unfortunately. So came back, polished it up, but overall it looked pretty good. And then we're going to just spray it with a coat of lacquer here in a little bit. It actually looks a lot better once you like just turn on the lathe. But overall, really happy with it. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys liked it. Hope you guys got something out of it. Like I said, did this in June. You guys are watching this in January. And this spray with some lacquer. There it is. And I'll see you guys in the next project. Don't forget to subscribe, all that good shit. All right, peace. Okay, so project is done. Popsicle bowl. The colors don't look as bright as I wanted them to. It kind of looks a little dingy, so that's what I get for using cheap dollar store popsicle sticks. I'm sure all popsicle sticks are probably all built the same because it's just cheap popsicle sticks, whatever. But, I mean, overall, we got a nice little wooden bowl in it. If you saw last week's video, today is Sunday, June 12th, 2022. So we've got some time to build some projects. You guys aren't going to watch this until early 2023. I'm sure I've gone through the commentary. I don't know where I am with work, and it's got me coming and going probably for the next 12 to 18 months. So, gonna crank out these projects for you guys, but this, it was a fun project in the sense that nothing catastrophically screwed up, so that's always a fun thing. But overall, pretty happy. I put the lacquer on it. I think that's gonna give it a little bit just more protection. People seem to like these little bowls, but hope you liked it. Hope you got something out of it. Don't forget to subscribe, all that good stuff. Today is June 12th, like I said, Sunday, 2022. So you guys aren't going to watch this for another 6-7 months or so. But it's hot as hell. It's 107 degrees today. I'm sweating. I don't know if you can. Yeah, I'm just sweating. Anyway, so I hope you guys liked it. I'll see you guys in the next video. I'll shut up. All right, peace. Peace.